I'm going to talk to your wife, because if I can talk to your wife and then I pre-sell her, she hangs up and says, hey, John, I just talked to that guy, Steve Powers. I think we're done. I think we got our agent. So I'll give you guys a hint. We're entering a normal market. The sellers are looking backward. They want the price they could have got in March. The buyers are looking forward. We have to have clarity. So the hint that I'm coaching on, and what I would tell everybody, is you have to pre-qualify differently than we've ever done. We're not pre-qualifying clinically. We're pre-qualifying to pre-sell us. The sellers don't need us. They know it's going to sell, right?
Right.
Now, it might change a little now, but in the last 3 years, guys, has any seller been afraid their house won't sell?
No.
So pre-qualifying them like a doctor makes them not like us. So, John, you're one of the smartest people I know. In the last 2 years, has anyone not had equity in their house?
No.
So why are we asking how much you owe on the property? It's a stupid, dated question. Now, it may come back, but right now in 2022, everybody has equity. So to waste a question, to waste an opportunity to promote ourselves to the seller with a question like, how much you owe on the property, which sometimes they don't like, just get rid of it. So I recommend you pre-qualify both spouses. Get the story from both. But the whole idea, guys, is not to see if you want to go. You're going. You want him to hang up going, hey, honey, I just talked to that agent KIRO you talked to yesterday. We're meeting today. Yeah, we got our guy.
We found him.
I got a pre-sell in my pre-qual. So at the end of the two pre-qual, the whole husband and wife or the two partners are like, I can't wait to meet John. We got our guy. Then you show up and you're exactly like they thought. And by the time you preview the house, you've got the listing, don't you?
Yep. One of the best things I remember we've talked about, in the industry, or one of the best sayings, and something that we always try to instill in the agents on our teams, is the pre-qual is your presentation. And the presentation, when you go there and sit at the kitchen table, is your time to pick up the signed agreement and maybe answer a few questions they may have. But so the pre-qual, I think for agents out there that are watching this or listening to this, is so important, but it's even that much more important to do it these days, of course, but to pre-qual both spouses or both decision makers or anybody who's involved in the decision,
But then it comes the challenge. When you're talking to the husband first, let's pretend they're an expired. It's a simple, I talked to the husband. We're meeting today at 5. How do I get the wife's phone number? Now, a simple way, of course, is to just say, Bob, I've only spoken to you. What's Mary's cell number? And 50% of the time, he'll give it to you, yes?
No.
But if 50% of the time he gives it to you, 50% he won't. That's not acceptable.
Well, Steve, I make the decision. So, if we...
Well, here's the deal. Yeah. There's only a few times where I won't get the wife's signature, the wife's phone number. Number one, she's a federal judge. He's not going to give me her number. She's a commander of a submarine. I'm not getting her number. Okay. She's a cardiac heart surgeon at the hospital. Those are all acceptable. They're a Muslim, which is fine. And I'm not going to get her. I respect that. Those are legitimate reasons, right, John? Not to get the name.
Right. Yep.
Not to get the phone number. Or one of them, which is legitimate. His name is Vic. This is his 5th wife. He drives a 14-year-old red faded Corvette. He's got a tie-dyed hair and a gold chain. Yeah, I'm not getting her number. But if he's not named Vic and she's not a heart surgeon, a submarine commander, I have to sell him on giving her a number. And I sell him by selling me. May I give you an example?
Please.
So, John, we're going to meet tonight at 5. Is it okay with you, before we meet, that the realtor you're going to hire will spend the next 6 hours studying the market to get you every dollar you deserve? Is that okay with you?
Of course.
Well, that's why you'll hire me. And John, in that research, a question or two might come up that could mean an extra 5, 10, 20,000 for you and your wife. If that question comes up, would it be okay to give you a call so I can get you your money you deserve?
Absolutely.
Perfect. And John, you may not be available. Your wife's phone number is?
Yep.
Now you got to give it to me. You see, that's pre-selling yourself instead of just pre-qualifying. Because now I'm going to spend 6 hours. I'm going to try to find you 5, 10, 20,000 more. You want me to come to your house. You want to give me your wife's phone number.
That's great.
Now, John, you're going to say to me, well, here's her number, but call me first, right? Because you're insecure, you got teeny peeny, whatever the issue is, okay? I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I say. I assume he's got a problem. So, John, say to me, well, Steve, call me first.
Steve, that's fine, but I really would appreciate if you call me first.
Absolutely, John. I'm going to call you first. If you're not available, I'll call your wife, but I'm going to go to work and find you that money. Now, I use a product called Slide Dial. I call you at 3:30. You don't pick up, do you?
Nope.
Hi, John, Steve, I had a question. You're not here. I'll try your wife. You think you're the first guy to say, call me first? I'm going to talk to your wife, because if I can talk to your wife and then I pre-sell her, she hangs up and says, hey, John, I just talked to that guy, Steve Powers. I think we're done. I think we got our agent.
Yeah.
And there's the tack. There's your nugget.
For anybody listening to that, that is so valuable. and Steve was generous enough to share so much information that people pay a lot of money to know. So rewind that and listen to it again, for sure. And
well, it's go ahead.
Sorry. The one thing I definitely want to bring up, just for clarity's sake, the saying goes, luck doesn't favor the lucky, it favors the prepared. And everything that Steve teaches is about preparation to the T, almost, where you park your car outside of a presentation, how you put on your jacket out from the car, how you walk up, how you're staring into the distance. Those are all the things that I will never forget, because they're so valuable to a T. Even how you leave the house when you ask for a copy of the key. Like, I will never forget any of that.